Like I feel like that chapter's passed, but the story hasn't finished. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got to get my lick back. For sure.
I'm gonna say you got Hamza next, man. What do you think happens in that fight?
I'm knocking him the fuck out. He's coming to New York. It's my city, it's my shit. You know, I always say this. You know what I'm saying? I will never lose in New York, ever. You know, this is my hometown. I'm fighting in front of my people. You know, I was born and raised here, so for another man to come from another country into where I'm from, and where I grew up, and the parks, I ran that park, you know what I'm saying? Central Park was like a park where I was young and I used to run around crazy, so, you know, yeah, it's gonna be something good for the books.
You and Shakur are on the same card. Are we gonna get another duet?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. That's my brother, you know what I'm saying? I know there was sort of like a little conflict of who should be main event. You know, but I say for that, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, if we was fighting in Jersey, you know, if he's main event, you know, that's where he's from, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like, you know, me being in New York, you know, it's my city, you know, so I'm main event. But listen, it's a double main event at the end of the day.
Last one, man. Did you see the ring commercial? The one for this event right here? The little animation.
Yeah.
Did you see they made Devin Haney a lawyer?
Oh yeah.
What'd you think about that?
Nah, they chose. Devin got to take that as a positive, though, right? I fell in love with people after the Canelo fight, having 20,000 people booing me in the arena and coming to win, and I felt like I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? Just me and my team. And mind you, I'm with Fat Joe, I'm with Lual, I'm with celebrities, and we still getting booed. I kind of love it now. You know what I'm saying? The love, if it's real love, you know what I'm saying? Salute. But if it's fake love, then just be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Just hate, boo me, talk shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, Canelo Garcia with Fight
Yes, sir.
Bro. I gotta ask you, maybe they asked you already, but I got here late. Just to elaborate a little bit about, you know, the text, the tweet, whatever you want to call it, the Canelo. You know, what do you think about him saying he was surviving?
Yeah, surviving. You know who's surviving? Charlo was surviving. That's a guy that was surviving. You know what I'm saying? But for me, to be out there surviving and get hit with a shot in the third round, get up, look at my coach, shake it off, and take it to him. You know what I'm saying? I was talking shit to him the whole fight. You know, so. It was kind of disrespect, you know. We had the fans going crazy. The 12th round was insane. You know what I'm saying? So for him to sit here and say I was trying to survive is crazy. He just couldn't fuck with me. And I was at 50%. You know, you can ask Vada, you can ask, what's the lady's name for Vada? What's her name? The president? You can ask her, you know what I'm saying? I was taking cortisone shots and all that shit for that fight, you know, for my arm. So, you know, when it's all said and done, I really fought him at 50%. I never used it as an excuse or nothing. You know, I went in there and I performed, you know, but I think that we got to run that back, you know. I think right now I got to focus on July 12th. You know, whoever we up against, they saying Sheeraz. So, you know, if it's him, we knock him down. I want to fight Munguia. I want to knock Munguia the fuck out. And then we going on to Canelo.
So Saquon Jones with the boxing voice. How you doing, Edgar? You and Devin seem to get unwanted animosity. Like, how does that work for you?
The most hated.
Yeah.
Like, yo, to hate like that, you more money, man. As long as you perform, you know, as long as Devin goes out there tomorrow and shuts down Ramirez, he's gonna become a triple superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, his stardom is gonna go to another level. You gotta understand, when people love you, yeah, you get, you know, you become a star, but it's the hate. Look at Floyd. You know, Floyd was one of the most hated fighters. You know, when I was growing up, my whole household hated Floyd. I was the only one that loved him. But now that I'm in his shoes and I'm noticing, like, yo, I feel like everybody hate me. I feel like on social media everybody hate me, because in person nobody gonna talk shit to me like that.
But where do you think it comes from, though? Because I know that when I interview every boxer, there is a level of wanted admiration. You want to be able to go into a place and everybody love you, but you and Devin seem to...
I don't. Now, after that Canelo fight and having 20,000 Mexicans booing me, I don't give a fuck. I could go right now to London and fight a guy from his hometown there with 100,000 people. I won't give a fuck. I got comfortable with people hating on me, you know what I'm saying? Booing me. I love it now, you know. I look good. I'm fly, you know what I'm saying? I knock niggas out, so I'm content.
All right, thanks a lot.
Talk to us about the turkey deal that you got. I know you left after now. You got a turkey deal.
Yeah, we just did a one-fight deal, but you know, we're looking forward to doing some amazing things. You know, shout out to Turkey. You know, he's amazing, bro. You know,
Central Park, is that set in stone?
that's what they're saying. Yeah, that's the rumors. You know, so we got to see what you know. Turkey will put me to fight on top of a fucking Empire State Building or something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just getting ready. You know, I'm just locked in right now. You know, I came out here to support the fighters. You know, the whole card. I think this is amazing. This is history. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy.
Hey, Edgar, let me ask you a question. Talking about the turkey deal. What do you think it says that, like, you know, yourself, Shakur is rumored to be moving on and maybe doing something independently with develop, but it seems like he's working with Turkey. What do you think it says about Turkey and his ability to, you know, come in? And now it seems like not only was he working with the promotion and their fighters, but he's working directly with the fighters.
Say it again. Sorry.
You good. So basically, I'm just saying, like, you know, essentially, Turkey is now working with fighters directly, fighters that were signed to promotions he worked with, you know. What do you think about that? And, you know, why was it that you were able to make a deal with Turkey directly and maybe not go back to the promotion?
Listen, people laughed at me because I was fighting a co-main event, right? Not knowing that we had this all set up, you know what I'm saying? We had everything set up. Every move I make is a power move. People don't understand that. I took that co-main event. Matchroom wanted to put me co-main event. They didn't want to give me a main event in Puerto Rico. In March, where we had the date March 8th, I was supposed to fight main event at the Choliseo, 18,000 people. I had the whole Puerto Rico already focused on that date. You know, fast forward, look where we are now, you know what I'm saying? So every move we make is a power move, you know what I'm saying? And now we're building a strong relationship with Turkey. You know, at the end of the day right now, if you really think about it, right, Canelo's a top guy, yeah, but, you know, I'm one of the top guys right now at 168. And we can make any fight happen. You know, as long as I sit like this and have a guy like Turkey behind me, you know, and I don't want to discredit no promoters, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, promoters, you know, they do promote the fights and they make the fights happen. But, you know, I'm a guy that's a must watch. So, you know, I just got to go out there and, you know, just perform, man, and, you know, and look forward to the future.
Will it be open to